Are these the Sony XM5 headphones? And more importantly, when are we going to be able to buy them? To date, the videos that I've made about the Sony WH-1000XM4 headphones have garnered more than 800,000 views. It's not hard to see why either. Industry-leading noise cancellation, superb sound, excellent build quality, a brilliant case, that makes for quite a package. But if there's one consistent question I get asked all the time about these headphones, it's when is the next version coming? When are we going to see the XM5s? That's still a tricky one to answer, I'm afraid, but recent leaks have revealed what might be Sony's WH-1000XM5s. I'll just call them the XM5s from here. But these recent leaks show what those headphones might look like, and I'm rather excited. Oh, and before we get cracking, I've recently discovered that just 10% of the people who watch this channel are subscribed, yet people keep coming back for more. So, if that's you, and if you like what you see on this channel, I'd love it if you could just hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and that way you'll never ever miss a video. So as originally reported by Technic News, the rumoured XM5s will apparently launch at some stage this year. And from the looks of it, they're going to feature a considerably updated design. And if these supposed product shots are anything to go by, I absolutely love the new direction Sony appears to be taking. There's no mistaking the fact that these rumoured XM5 product shots look very similar to the AirPods Max in a few ways. They don't have that same canopy thing across the top of the head, but they do have that very minimalist design which features very large ear cups. But that's where the similarities with Apple's noise-cancelling headphones ends, because if the leaks are to be believed, Sony has apparently squeezed 10 extra hours out of the battery life on the XM5s, which takes them up to 40 hours of in-use time. Although it is worth bearing in mind that this allegedly comes with an additional 30 minutes of charging time, but 40 hours of battery life, that's pretty impressive. We're also told that there is apparently a new driver, obviously for better sound, and 2 new processors for improved active noise cancelling. The latter is allegedly joined by 3 mics as well, and that suggests that Sony has somehow managed to squeeze even more performance out of its brilliant noise cancelling package. Just like the Sony XM4s, the Sony XM5s will be charged via USB-C apparently, but hopefully that's a given. It also appears that Sony is going to change the custom button, which is on the XM4s, back to the noise cancelling / ambient mode button, which is what was on the XM3s, which I think makes much more sense. Now, I don't mind that custom button. It's nice that you can change it to be whatever you like, but it just seems a bit of a fiddly feature on what is otherwise a very approachable pair of headphones. The leaked images provided by Technic News also include a glimpse of the case, which looks as solid, sensible, and durable as we come to expect from Sony. The case for the Sony XM4s is still the best headphone case on the market, bar none. They can't screw this up. I also wonder if there's a Bose 700-like magnetic flap beneath where the headband goes in those photos. It looks like there is, and I really hope there is, because I love that on the Bose 700 case. Colour-wise, it looks like we're going to have to make do with the typically Sony dour choice of black or kind of off-white. I would love to see a full-on white version of the XM5s at launch. I know you can get a white version of the XM4s now, but it was a bit late in coming, and I just find Sony's choice of colours a bit boring. So, when will the Sony XM5s be released? Well, there's no mention of a release date in that article, but a safe bet would be August this year. And that's because Sony is pretty consistent with its release of the XM line of headphones. For instance, the XM3s arrived in August 2018, and then the XM4s hit the market 2 years later on that same month. Now, this isn't guaranteed, of course. The XM5s might be announced tomorrow. Due to the global chip shortage, it could wait until 2023. We just don't know. When it comes to pricing, again, Sony is pretty consistent with this with its headphones. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Sony XM5s hit the market for £350 or $350. It's going to be there or thereabouts. I don't think they'll make them more expensive. So people often ask me why I love the Sony XM headphones, and if we put the stupid product names to one side, they're just brilliant and they always beat the competition in my testing. And if you haven't come across my work before, I should probably highlight at this point that my testing is rather different to a lot of other headphone testers out there. For instance, I won't sit there for hours assessing the reproduction of every single frequency, I won't run long-winded battery tests, and I won't spend hours of time oodling over the minute differences that you get from noise cancellation. I also rarely go into the calling quality of these headphones, which seems to be a crime on the internet, but I just don't use headphones like this for taking calls. I tend to use my AirPods Pro, but I do wear these things day in, day out, and they spend an awful lot of time on my head. And what I'm far more interested in is how they perform for normal humans. Are they comfy? Does the battery life last long between charges? Is the case practical? Do they sound good enough for the asking price? The great thing is that we've reached an age where most headphones above the £150, $150 bracket are great sounding and offer great noise cancellation. It's the more considerate features, I think, that tip the scales, and that's where the Sony XM line of headphones do so well. Yes, they sound superb. Yes, the noise cancelling is probably the best you'll experience, but they're also built like a tank. They have incredible battery stamina when turned off, and come with the best case, hands down, on the market. Trust me, when you actually use headphones like this on a daily basis, it's that stuff that matters. This is why the Sony XM series of headphones is pretty much always top of my recommendations, and it's why I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with the XM5s. So another question you might have, having seen these new XM5 leaks, is whether or not the XM4s are a good buy today. I think the answer to this is super simple. It's yes. In fact, one of the best things about the Sony XM headphones is that as soon as a new version arrives, the previous generation becomes an even better choice for most people. And that's because headphones don't advance at the same rate as smartphones or laptops. Newer versions do sound better normally, but that's only if you A/B test them, and no one really does that apart from people like me. The same goes for the noise cancelling. Noise cancelling can get better always, but the differences are so minute. What normally happens with the new versions of these headphones is that they come with one or two features that make great headlines, great marketing material, but have no measurable impact on daily use. And I think considering that you can buy a brand new pair of Sony XM3s for around about £270, $270 at the moment, the fact that the XM5s are clearly on the way, that means the XM4s are going to tumble in price too. In fact, you can already pick up a pair of XM4s brand new for about £300, $300 or less if you really shop around. Therefore, if you want a pair of the best noise cancelling headphones on the market today, you'll be spending very good money on the current version. As soon as I get my hands on the new Sony XM5 headphones, I will of course return with a full review. There are many unanswered questions after all. Will that new design be as comfy as the AirPods Max? Will the sound and noise cancelling be better enough to justify the additional cost over the previous generation? Will 40 hours of battery life be a benefit or nothing more than a marketing boast? More importantly, what do you think to these latest XM5 rumours? Let me know in the comments. And if you've still got some time, keep watching for a link to my full review of the Sony XM4s. But until next time, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you next time.